Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose's back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. Supposed to do this video on Monday, but after the promo or the segment that I saw on Raw, I waited till SmackDown to see if there was going to be some more info about this match. And lo and behold, there was. Huge information. Huge. So, last night on SmackDown, there was a contract signing for the triple threat match that was made last weekend. CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins were out there. You know, Roman was talking, and Seth interrupted him. Then they had their little spiel, and then CM Punk came out, sat down, immediately read the contract. He didn't sign it like Roman and Seth did. No, he was reading the contract. He was looking for something. And Roman, being the impatient person that he is, he walked up. Now, he didn't walk up. He was like, today. Like, you want to sign that contract today? Like, what are you looking for? Like, wise man, shape him up. like Roman was just so impatient. So Paul walked up to Punk. He was like, I know what you're looking for. And it's in there. Because CM Punk, this match will close WrestleMania. So you can officially say that you are indeed a WrestleMania main eventer. And when Paul said that, you can see the happiness in Paul Heyman when he said it. You can see the emotion in CM Punk's face. Like, that whole moment was just, mwah, it was beautiful. I loved it. Because it felt like, man, Punk came a long way. And finally, he can main event WrestleMania. Finally. And look who comes to ruin the moment. Seth Rollins. Yo, Seth is just pissed. He's like, Punk don't deserve this. He doesn't need to be in the main event. You know, he is irate. Because Seth Rollins' whole mission statement when the year started was he wanted to make sure CM Punk didn't make it to the WrestleMania main event or WrestleMania at all. At the moment, Seth Rollins failed at both. So, Seth Rollins going on tangent. CM Punk was like, thank you, Chicago. Thank you, London. He thanked Louisville, Kentucky. I don't know why he thanked them. That there might be a little underlying thing there. Don't know. But then, you know, Roman was like, why are you thanking everybody? Why are you thanking them? You should be thanking me. I'm the reason you're in the main event. And then CM Punk was like, I thank you, my tribal chief. Thank you for putting me in the main event of WrestleMania. And then Punk ended the show saying, but this isn't my favor. Drops the mic. Which doesn't surprise me. I'm not surprised this isn't his favor, because then, yeah. But I say all that to say this. This is what we're here for. We're here to talk about the main event for WrestleMania Night 1. It will be the visionary, the revolutionary Seth Rollins takes on the best in the world, CM Punk, versus the tribal chief, the head of the table, the big dog, the OTC, Roman Reigns. Which means a couple things. This will be Seth Rollins' second year in a row he is main eventing WrestleMania. Of course, this is CM Punk's first WrestleMania main event. But not only that, this is his first WrestleMania match in 12 years. As well as, this is Roman Reigns' what was this? 6th straight WrestleMania main event. Remember, he main evented both nights last year. So this is Roman Reigns' 6th WrestleMania main event, his 9th in total. Roman Reigns broke the record for most WrestleMania main events last year. He broke it again. He's going to break it again this year. That's nuts. it's nuts that, damn, Roman is WrestleMania. Like, he's always in the main event. It's crazy. Now, I didn't like this match for simplistically the fact that there seems to be nothing on the line. So that's the only thing that kind of bothers me about this match. There's nothing on the line. But to say that there's no history around it, ooh. We're talking 13, what are we talking, 12, 13 years of history in this match alone. I'm going to give you key years. 2012, 2014, 2015, 2020, 2022, and 2023. And of course, 2025. I give you those key years for my point. 2012 is a key year because that's when the Shield were born. And it's also when CM Punk pretty much introduced the Shield. That's when Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins were pretty much introduced to WWE. 2014 is the year that Seth Rollins put a steel chair to Roman Reigns' back, broke up the Shield, and became a main event star. 2015, did I say 2015? I should say 2015 was when Seth Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank after winning it a year prior in the main event of WrestleMania 31, which also featured, ironically enough, it featured Roman Reigns. Cashed it in and became the WWE champion. Advanced 5 years into 2020. But Roman Reigns undergoes the transformation to become the head of the table and go on to be one of the most dominant superstars in the last 40 to 50 years. 2022 was the last time Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins were in a ring one-on-one. And out of Roman Reigns' 4 years of dominance, that was the only match Roman Reigns didn't win and pretty much didn't finish. As that match ended in a DQ because Roman Reigns went over his head. He got too emotional and beat the hell out of Seth Rollins, which means that chapter was not indeed finished. Advance a year later to 2023, where essentially the world stood still. Wrestling changed drastically. And a man returned for the first time in 9 years after saying he would never come back. CM Punk made his return to WWE, one of the biggest returns in history. And immediately, Seth Rollins wanted him gone. We take it now to this year, 2025, where this whole thing kind of just all came together. At the Royal Rumble, where I said, I quote myself, I said, We were going to find out what Roman Reigns is doing at WrestleMania in this match. And I said it. I said it. During the match, CM Punk eliminated Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. I believe Punk eliminated both of them. And then, Punk gets eliminated by Logan Paul. And Roman is looking at Punk. He's like, what are you doing? Like, why would you eliminate me? What? Now, mind you, this is coming off prior to these two being in War Games teaming up together to defeat the current bloodline. Or the present bloodline at the time. And Roman is confused. Doesn't see Seth Rollins curve stomp him on the floor. And of course, Seth Rollins goes out to CM Punk because that rivalry, that blood feud is not done and probably never will be done. So then after Rollins is done with Punk, he goes to Roman and then curve stomps him on steel steps. And we don't see Roman for like a month or so. Advance all the way a couple weeks ago, where Raw was in MSG, Madison Square Garden. CM Punk and Seth Rollins looked to end this feud in a steel cage. As Seth Rollins had Punk down, looking to finally beat him. From out of the crowd, Roman Reigns pulls Seth Rollins out the cage, thus having Seth Rollins beat Punk, but not the way Rollins wanted to beat him. And then Roman proceeded to beat the hell out of Seth Rollins, curve stomping him on the floor. He was about to curve stomp him on the steps to do the same thing Seth did to him. But officials pulled him back. He's like, please don't do that. Please don't do that. CM Punk got a beat down from Roman Reigns because, Punk cost Roman the Royal Rumble. So in a way, Roman has beef with both of them for not really the same thing, but for literally what happened two different ways at the Royal Rumble. But it got worse because Paul Heyman was making sure CM Punk was all right. Remember, Punk and Paul are best friends. Roman knows that. But Paul Heyman is Roman's wise man. So, of course, Roman's going to take that a little personally. Got back in the cage and beat the hell out of Punk. Advance, I think 2 weeks. It was definitely last week. But advance to last week, all three men under the same roof. All of them pretty much talking about why we are here today. He said, CM Punk screwed me at the Royal Rumble. So in the Garden in steel cage, I screwed CM Punk. And then Seth Rollins tried to kill me. So then I tried to kill Seth Rollins. So there's that. Seth Rollins comes out. He acknowledges the fact that, he is the reason why Roman Reigns is what he is today. But then he also said, we need to figure this out because this is unwritten. This ain't finished. We need to figure out what's going on here. Then here comes CM Punk. Pretty much says, you two haven't beaten me without the other's help. Seth Rollins beat Punk in Madison Square Garden, but that was only because Roman Reigns pulled him out of the cage. And the last time Roman Reigns and CM Punk had a match was when Roman Reigns was still in the Shield. And the Shield distracted CM Punk. and then Roman was able to get the win. So that fact is a definite. Then Punk went on to tell Roman, you wouldn't, what he said? He said, you wouldn't something if I didn't save your ass and save your family in War Games. And then, of course, he mentions the favor that Paul Heyman does owe him for Punk being on the War Games, on the OG Bloodlines team. So then he says, I thank you, Paul, for delivering the tribal chief to me on a silver platter. And then from there, a brawl ensued with each man pointing at the WrestleMania sign. And then boom, and the match was made last week. And then last night on SmackDown, the match was official. All signatures are there. And here we are. And the main event of night one, this triple threat match will go. Which only tells me one thing. Jey Uso will not main event WrestleMania. In fact, I will go on a limb and say that World Heavyweight Championship match opens WrestleMania. I promise you it will. 100%. That match is opening WrestleMania. Which means we probably going to get the moment. That moment will be the first thing that we see. Cool. I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. No problem. But yeah, Jey Uso's definitely not main event WrestleMania. 100%. He's definitely not main event WrestleMania. Yeah. So, the last time we had a triple threat match with no title on the line or no stipulation, whatever the case is, was back in 2010, where Randy Orton, Ted DiBiase, and Cody Rhodes all competed in a triple threat. My thing with that match was that Cody and Ted hated Randy. They didn't hate each other, really. So I don't know why it was a triple threat. Maybe they just didn't want to see a handicap match. I don't know. But yeah, that was the last time we had a triple threat match with no title on the line. Which now I have to ask the question, who wins this match? Because honestly, anybody can win this. That's what makes this so crazy. Is that this match, anybody could win. Anybody. These are three of the biggest names in WWE today. Probably three of the biggest names in WWE history. There's a lot that goes to this. But who wins this match? That's my thing. And I don't know who wins it because I don't know who really needs it more, right? Like, think about it. When we talk about CM Punk, this is his first match, his first WrestleMania match in 12 years. This is CM Punk's very first, not only WrestleMania main event, but his first WrestleMania match in 12 years. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns a year prior were literally the world champions. So they're coming off that. Punk has yet to win a title since coming back. Or hell, hasn't even competed for a title since he came back. So in a way, this kind of CM Punk kind of got probably the most incentive to win. But then you think about Seth Rollins, who, you know, last year he carried WrestleMania. He was the MVP. He competed on one leg, essentially. You know what I'm saying? His back had to be killing him. His knee was killing him. You know, so essentially, Seth Rollins does deserve a moment. Because Seth Rollins did lose. Because out of everybody, Seth Rollins lost the most last year. He not only lost his title, but he lost the night one main event as well. So Seth Rollins deserves something. You know what I'm saying? Like, after doing all that, he deserves something. Because he hasn't won anything really since. Actually, I don't think he won anything last. Did he win something last year? Let me think. Oh, no, he beat Bronson Reed at Crown Jewel. I think that was the only thing he did. Yeah, he beat Bronson Reed at Crown Jewel. I don't believe he's won anything prior to that or after that. No, he hasn't. I mean, he beat CM Punk in a steel cage, but I can't even really count that as a win, really, because it's like, you know. And then there's Roman Reigns, who, since he lost the title at WrestleMania, he won a tag team match at Bad Blood. He lost that Crown Jewel with the Usos. And he won his War Games match. And then the premiere on Raw Netflix, he won the Ulafala back and became the only tribal chief. So essentially, Roman Reigns has done nothing, but has done something at the same time. But I don't know if Roman wins this. I don't think Roman wins this. So it's either between Seth Rollins and CM Punk. CM Punk has the most to win in this match because that means he could probably get a shot at a world title. I think Seth Rollins would do the same thing. Actually, I think anybody who wins is probably going to be like, I think anybody who wins this match at WrestleMania will compete for a world title this year. It feels like that. And you win a main event at WrestleMania. Yeah, you should be able to compete for a world title within the coming time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when, though. And I don't know if they're having a King and Queen of the Ring this year. If they're having that, then it would all depend on who wins that. Because they definitely will get the title shot at WrestleMania. I'm sorry, at SummerSlam, which is 2 nights this year. I forgot SummerSlam begins that 2-night thing this year, too. Damn. There's a lot to it, man. This match holds a lot. It holds a lot. It could mean a title shot in the future. Let's not also forget CM Punk has a favor. So that depends on that holds a lot of weight. Man, this match is insane. And I don't have a winner. I can't call a winner. It's hard. Because either one of these men could win. Either one could win. So yeah, I don't got a winner. Hopefully in what we on 3 weeks at this point? Hopefully in 3 weeks, I got a winner. And when we make the predictions, we can talk about it. But right now, I don't know who wins. I think each man has a gripe to win, but I just don't know who wins. So, yeah. We'll just see what happens in the next coming weeks, and that's that. But until then, it's been Rose, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love and support, as always. What we on so far? 5 matches confirmed. 5? Is it really just 5 matches confirmed? Technically at this point. Because you got all 4 world titles, men and women. We got Randy KO, and we got that triple threat. Yeah, there's only 6 matches. 2 nights. 3 weeks left to go. We only got 6 matches confirmed. Hopefully, next week we get more matches. Because there are matches that are waiting to get confirmed. You know, AJ. It looks like AJ Styles, Logan Paul is going to be a thing. I don't know if they're confident enough to put Jade, Cargill, and Naomi on WrestleMania. We'll see. We got to figure out the Intercontinental Championship situation. Got to figure out the United States Championship situation. Got to figure out what the both tag champions are doing. If the women's tag team champions are doing anything. Who I forgot who are the women's tag team champions? That's who the hell are the women's tag team champions? Oh, it's Liv and Raquel. Yo, I'm like, who the hell are the women's tag team champions? It's Liv and Raquel, right? Gotta figure out if they're doing something at Mania. If Lyra Valkyria, the Intercontinental Champions, do something. If Chelsea Green, the United States Champion, do something. There's still a lot of people that have no direction for Mania. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully everything gets made. Oh, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest. That might be on WrestleMania too. But yeah, so hopefully by next week we get more matches confirmed, and we'll talk about them. But until next time, peace, love, 100. You heard?